guys, and welcome back to another video from Sintuskiri Chemistry Tutorials. And in this lecture we'll talk about that is one of the most important topics, and generally short questions are comes from here, and it is very easy. And I hope after this watching this video your whole concept will be cleared. So that is law of flotation, and that is the last topics of your class 10 force, that sorry, pressure, and that is law of flotation. So as its name says, that is law of flotation. Flotation means what are the necessary condition is fulfilled by a body to float on a liquid. So what are the necessary condition to be float by a body to float on a liquid? So that law is called law of flotation. So it states that, let's see, so law of flotation states that body floats on a liquid. Listen here, body floats on a liquid if it can displace liquid equal to its own weight. So listen here, there is a condition to float a body in a liquid is that it displaces liquid which is equal to its weight. Listen here, a floating body, why they are floating? Because they displace a liquid which is equal to their weights. So in that case, a body only floats, and that's law is called law of flotation. So there is a one question in your mind. Generally teacher in class ask iron what okay, left this, we'll talk later about that. Okay, okay, that is okay. So from this law, weight of floating body, so listen here, from this law, weight of floating body is equal to weight of liquid displaced. Listen, so from this law, weight of floating body is equal to weight of liquid displaced. And now questions come from here in your mind, and if you are in class 8, 9, 10, so it is a good concept from here, that is the determination of sinking and floating. So how can we determine anybody sink in water, or that body do not sink, that body sinks? How can we determine? So the determination of sinking and floating of a body in liquid. So before understanding that topics, we have to understand upthrust and density, and one more topics, that is okay, and weight of body, weight of liquid displaced. So we have to understand these three terms. So before understanding this sinking and floating, so we have to understand that is upthrust, density, and weight of liquid displaced. So what is upthrust? Okay, what is upthrust? So upthrust is up means upward force that given by a liquid when a body is fully or partially immersed in a liquid. So listen here, when our body is fully or partially immersed in a liquid, so that gives upward force. Up means upward direction, thrust means force, and that force is called upthrust. And then after density, and you know density is the mass per unit volume of substance. And then after weight of liquid displaced. So when a body is put in a water, sorry, put in a water, so suppose this is the water and this is the body. So when a body is put in a water, so that displaced a liquid, and that liquid is called weight of liquid, and that weight of that, when we measure the weight of that liquid, displaced liquid, and that liquid is called weight of liquid displaced. Okay, so now confusion from here. So what is the relation between upthrust and density? And if you remember this formula, upthrust equals to V, D and Z. If you remember, then let's see this formula. So upthrust is directly proportional to density. It means that when density of fluid or liquid is increased, then upthrust given by that liquid or fluid is also increased. It means that upthrust is directly proportional to density. The substance, sorry, the fluid which have more density gives more upthrust, more upward force, so there is a more chance of floating of body, because when more upward force, if this gives more upward force, there is a more chance of this body to float on that substance if upthrust is increased, and that upthrust is directly depends on which factor, that is density. How is the density of the substance, density of the liquid? So there are three condition, three state in flotation and sinking of body. So let's talk one by one, and I hope after watching this video your whole concept will be cleared. So first here, so first condition is, okay, first condition, weight of body is greater than of thrust. So what will happen here? Listen here. What will happen here? So weight of body is greater than of thrust. So what will happen? So this body, and this is the beaker filled with water, liquid or liquid. So in that case, when the weight of body is more, that is this downward force is more, and upward force, that is up thrust, is less. So in that case, the body is sink. In that case, the body is sink, because weight of body, that is the upward force, is more, sorry, downward force, weight of the body always act on downward direction, and this downward force is more than what, upward force, and this is less, so this body sinks in water. So it means that if the density of body is greater than density of liquid. Same thing, don't confuse here, because if the density, same thing, if the density of body is more than density of liquid, then body sinks, because that is the same thing. Weight of body is greater than of thrust, because of thrust depends on density. So if the density of body is more than density of liquid, then a body sinks, that is finally sinks. Now it's condition 2. So what will be here, that if the weight of body is equal to of thrust. So when weight of body is equal to of thrust, then what will happen here? So in that case, so here let's see here in that same figure. Okay, I'm not necessary to make another figure. So listen here. Okay, so weight of body, okay, this body is equal to of thrust. So upward force, downward force and upward force are same magnitude. So in that case, body floats. Okay, in that case, body floats. And now third is that, okay, so third condition is that when weight of body is less than of thrust. Okay, so from here what can we write here? If density of body is equal to density of liquid, so in that case, listen here, condition 2, weight of body is equal to of thrust. It means that density of body is equal to density of liquid. So it means that a body floats. And last one is if of thrust is more. So listen here, if of thrust is more, in second case maybe here like that. Okay, according to condition. Okay. So weight of body upthrust, when upthrust is more, it means that upward force is very high in comparison to downward force given by body, that is weight of the body. So in that case the body totally sink, totally floats. In that case a body totally floats in upper surface of liquid, that is like that. But in case second, it may be here like that, it may be here, floats but not totally. But in last case this body floats totally on the surface of liquid, and in that case what can I write here? Density of liquid is more than density of body. And this is the all about the law of flotation. And if you have any problem like that, so please comment here, we'll discuss in comment section. And if your comment is more and more attractive, then I will make separate video from here. And thank you for watching. Bye bye, take care.